so it's Linda and Annie.
That's Annie.
They're about 7 years old. Does anybody know what this one weighs?
500. 700 pounds.
Do you want me to record it for you? You want to stick a hand in them or move?
1,900. We weighed her last week. She weighed 1,898 pounds. So when I work with these animals, I actually wear steel-toe shoes because even though they're pretty calm, every once in a while they'll still, since they are animals, they kind of do what they want to do, and she'll step on you. And I've been stepped on quite a few times. My wife's actually the one that made me get steel-toed shoes because she was tired of me breaking my toes. So, but they're pretty fun animals to work with. Cattle are really a big part of the economy in Montana. Most of the economy in Montana is agriculture. So what this animal's be able to do is she can take this grass diet or this really high roughage diet and digest it. So this is what she's been eating. This is just a hay diet. And humans wouldn't be able to digest this. We can some, but not to the extent that cattle do. We can some in our hind gut. But what this animal can do is she can take this really high fiber diet and utilize it and make, they actually make their own protein from the microbes. And then they also are able to just thrive on these high grass diets. This animal right here is actually fairly fat. She's done a lot with the pretty good age, so she actually eats quite a bit of diet. So she'll probably eat 30, 35 pounds a day when we have free access. So that's a lot of food. And they can take these diets that we couldn't utilize, and then they can utilize it. So the reason I keep putting my hand up here, once in a while they'll cough, and then they spew rumen fluid. You guys, I wouldn't be very popular if that happens. So what they have is a lot of contractions going on in that room, and they're constantly mixing this high fiber diet, and then they're able to utilize this diet. So. Now, we really don't want people to stick their hand in because if she moves, she might be able to, she would hurt you, and then we also don't have that many gloves. And if you stick your hand in or don't wear gloves, you're actually going to wear this smell for probably about, I don't know, 7 days maybe. So again, I probably wouldn't be very popular with the parents. So. But it's a really neat system. So the body temperature of a cow is 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. So one of the things the last group asked about why we kept the plug in, and if we didn't have the plug in here, these rumens are actually anaerobic. Does anybody know what anaerobic means? It means without oxygen. So if we left the plug out or didn't have the plug in, the bacteria and protozoa would actually decrease in their activity. They probably wouldn't totally die off, but they wouldn't be as active as what they are at body temperatures and then without oxygen. So it's a pretty unique system, and again, these animals are really fun to work with. These two cows are pretty calm. They're about 7 years old, 6, 7 years old, so they kind of know the routine. We get them up in here, they just come and they just stop. So they've had a lot of people come look at them. So if you guys kind of want to walk through, what you can do is you just can kind of look in here. And does anybody have a flashlight? Yeah.
I got a flashlight in my camera.
Yeah.
Security lady. Maureen, where's your flashlight? You have a flashlight? Oh, it's on the bus.
My phone can see it.
There you go. So see, you can kind of see it moving around a little.
Guys, watch out!
Oh, guys, put more light up in there.
Do you guys have your phone?
No blue one. Not mine.
That's good. So, are there any questions? Yeah.
Why do cows have more protein than grass than humans?
Well, what they do is actually cattle create their own protein. You can feed a cattle a really low protein diet because where they get most of their protein is when the bacteria and protozoa go down to the lower intestines. So they actually create